Bars is back. Sam and oh God, what's up with?
Attention all my business owners, if you would like to advertise your business right before each video that we do here on Hip Hop News Uncensored, make sure you email us right now, advertise@hiphopun.com, advertise@hiphopun.com, ask about our holiday specials.
Hip Hop Uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip Hop Uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe.
Like, you got to make that decision. Like, it's every person dream that lives in the ghetto and the projects to get out.
Right.
Why when we get out, we feel so bad because people telling us we sellouts, but if they had the same opportunity, they do the same thing. So why we feeling so bad? It's cool to go back and help people and give back and do what you need to do, but it's time to move on. You could do so much more in the world and still give back to where you come from. That prior life that you live, you have to kill that. Because you can't slave for two masters. Period.
Yes, sir. I would say back probably like 2008, maybe even before that. It was this whole Illuminati talk, and you're in the industry, right? Is this something that's real in your opinion, or is it something in your opinion that's just conjured up by the conspiracy theorists? Do you think it's a faction of higher ups that are really like controlling everything and pulling the puppet strings in the industry as well as other industries? In your experience?
That the whole Illuminati thing for a minute, to me it's like it's a bunch of propaganda to me. I mean, it could be some truth to it, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, like I think a lot of rappers was using it just to up themselves and make themselves look like they were somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's like, man, real power, it like the real power, you're never gonna see the real power. You're never gonna see real power is invisible. You're never gonna see that. So all these people that's out here talking about they this and that, that's not the real powers. The president ain't even the real power. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all that Illuminati stuff, and like, even if these people do got a plan, I'm a firm believer in God. Their plan is nowhere near stronger than God, so they can plan and plot all they want to. It is not going to defeat his. That's bottom line.
Right. Now, I don't know if it was you on Drink Tramps or one of you guys, and you were talking about one of your albums, like some of the symbolism and stuff that they would put on there. I don't know. It might have been you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Was that real? Did you not know what those symbolism and everything meant back then that they were putting in you guys' albums?
Bro, I didn't know what none of that stuff meant until years later, until I had my own show. I had my own podcast show, and we did a show about the Illuminati. And I started looking up all these emblems and signs, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I started looking back at our albums. I'm like, I'm like, wait a minute, bro. All this shit is on our albums, bro. All this stuff, and we just, you know what I'm saying? We just agreeing with it because we happy to be on, and it goes so well with like our flow and, like, you know what I'm saying, the eerie sound. We just like, okay, yeah, come on, let's roll with it, let's go. Right. Not knowing what none of this stuff was, bro. Like, none of this stuff. Like, and then that's why people, and then it just all started to come together. That's why people started to say we was devil worshippers and all this. I'm like, but I thought it was just because of the song Ouija we did. And I'm telling people, no, that was just an experience. Like, the Ouija board we played was a Parker Brothers game. You know what I'm saying? So we telling people that, like, that experience, it was one of our experiences, and we sang about it. But like, when I started hearing like people saying we was devil worshippers because of the stuff we had on the album cover, and then I looked it up, I was like, yo, it's a straight setup though. You know what I'm saying? Because Eazy done a lot of our artwork, and the labels done like most of the artwork. They would show us, and we just be like, okay, cool. Because the whole bone skull thing was like, you know what I'm saying, it fit us, you know what I'm saying? But they went with the little horns and all this crazy stuff and the little mystic messages on the back of the album, and I'm like, yo, it's crazy.
Did you ever? You said you started doing it around a podcast, so I'm sure you didn't address any of that back then, right? You really didn't.
No, not at all. We didn't.
So
We didn't say nothing about it back then.
Right. So let me ask you this, because my cousin said about 2008, and that was about right. You start really the internet and YouTube and the Illuminati stuff really started coming out. Now we're sitting in 2022, 14 years later, and it seems like Black people in entertainment, actors, movie stars, athletes, musicians, as far as the community is concerned, none of them can be famous without selling out, without joining the Illuminati, without selling their soul. That's from like us from the outside looking at people typing and shit like that. Talk about that misconception that we can't work hard, that we can't achieve our dreams and our goals without selling out and selling our soul. That's a big
that's the part that I said is a bunch of propaganda. Because like how come when we make money, you got to be some part of some secret society, or we sold our souls? For one, you can't sell your soul because your soul belongs to God. It's not for sale. We don't even own them, period. So that's impossible. Selling your soul is just a person that's willing to do anything and everything to make money, or a person can sell their soul doing anything. A person can sell their soul selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Doing any of that. Anything you do to sacrifice to get money. I don't care what it is. You can be a prostitute. Prostitutes sell their soul. Pimps sell their soul to make money. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. Like, but all that, having a meeting with the devil and signing your life to where people standing in the room and all that. I don't know if people do that. I've never been in a room like that and never plan on being in a room like that. You know what I'm saying? But I can't speak on like what other people have done witness. Maybe it is ceremonies and stuff like that. I don't know. I've heard about it, but like y'all, I've just heard about it because I'm not trying to experience or journey into none of it.
Understood. How's everything been since the versus battle, man? It was I forgot how long ago it was, but how's life changed for you after that? Because you hear a lot of people, you know, I think Sammy, you know, he was saying after that, like he put his whole story, like he was pretty much on the verge of being broke. You know, they did the verses and a lot of opportunities, you know, picked up for him. So how, you know, have things picked up for you, you know, or changed since the verses?
Man, I mean, for one, like we pretty much always on the go, you know what I'm saying? But it pretty much like I mean, I say what it done for us is like, you know, like for the younger generation that didn't know who we were, you know, it got us a whole lot of new younger fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? I will say that because I started seeing young people taking our songs and doing memes and on TikTok and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? After the verses, and it was all kind of meme challenges with our music in it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I did see like the, you know what I'm saying, the traffic pickup and the demographics of the ages, you know what I'm saying, got a little younger. Now we seeing like 18, like 16 and 18-year-olds like asking us about our music and like chiming in on our Instagrams and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's real cool.
Are you guys still doing music together and still touring together? I know you're doing your solo thing and still strong with that, but you guys still coming together and doing your thing together still?
Yes, indeed. We all getting together like this weekend. We going out with Ice Cube and Cypress Hill this weekend. So yeah, we always out. Then after that, we got something planned, you know what I'm saying, to come together and do a whole legacy package, an album, of the documentary, the biopic, and all that. You know what I'm saying. So right after these shows, we're going out to Hawaii to really come together and like sit down and meet and come up with the whole future plan to just really solidify our legacy. And then after that, we're gonna do whatever we want to do.
How do you guys continue to sustain longevity? We know you guys are brothers. You've been together for a very long time, since children, and you guys had your ups and downs, but you guys continually come together and can still be Bone Thugs and Harmony. We don't get to see that too much. We've seen Amigos, and none of you guys had your back and forth. It had nothing to do with that, but they recently kind of split up and did their thing because of contractual situations. Offset has problems with some of the promoters and some of the people in quality control. We see how the business side can interfere with the groups and the personalities and the personal side. So how did you guys continue to sustain longevity through all the bullshit that you probably had to go through with this industry?
Because I was just about to say, you know, like with any group, we went through the same thing any other group goes through, man. We went through disagreements about the business, about the business affiliates, you know what I'm saying, about label, being on what label we was gonna go through. We went through all, but we was always able to just like overcome all those issues. Like just being brothers, we was always able to reason. Even if one of us had to go take a time out for a minute and just gather their thoughts. You know what I'm saying? We always able to come back together as a family because we was family first. And it's never that serious. Like this money and this stuff in this industry, from what we've seen over 30 years, I mean, like going on 30 years, it ain't that serious. Family is always more important. It is none of this is even worth breaking up family or friends for ever.
How do you guys, I know you guys put out something new recently, right? You put out something solo, but y'all guys didn't put anything out, any music together, have y'all recently?
No. Recently we haven't. No. Nope.
Okay. Is there ever a time when you guys, think you get into the creative space to actually put some fresh Bone Thugs and Harmony as a group music out together for the fans?
Man, I'm always trying to get them in the studio, man. Like, let's do some new music, like, because I love creating. You know what I'm saying? That's the best part about this. You know what I'm saying? Like creating, being the creator, and then being able to go perform it. Everything else is the business is bullshit, but you got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when I get to do the enjoyable parts of the business, I love doing it. So I'm in the studio all the time and just, you know what I'm saying? But I've been, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting the fellas hyped on the fact we need to go in and like start working on this new album. So hopefully everybody get the same fire up on it to make this happen.
For sure.
How has the business evolved from your beginning to now? Has it changed, or has it just evolved into new or more innovative ways to fuck over the artist?
Yeah, basically. It hasn't changed in favor of the artist that much. You know, technology opened up the door a little bit for established artists, but again, they getting hip to that, and now they're trying to charge you to advertise on the Instagram and charge you to boost this, and you ain't reaching you can have 1 million followers, but you ain't reaching all the million people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they still trying to suppress us because they know, like, we gonna keep coming up with innovative ways. If y'all keep giving us the technology, we gonna keep figuring it out, like for real.
Definitely. So what's next for you, man? Besides the benefit concert coming up, what you got next, man? That you can, inform the Bone Thugs and Harmony and Krayzie Bone fans about.
Well, man, one of the biggest projects I'm working on right now is I have a nonprofit organization called Spread the Love out of Ohio, and what I'm doing right now is I'm in the process of purchasing the property of where my old elementary school used to be, but it was torn down. So I'm in the process of acquiring that property, the lot, and I'm going to build a Bone Thugs and Harmony academy to teach people like music skills and everything about the industry, the insides, the back, the front, you know what I'm saying? And also going to build an Ohio Hip Hop Museum there to give artists their inspiration so they can see all the many people that came from there and just the struggles, you know what I'm saying? So just that's something I've been working on for 3 years now, and got the mayor, got the whole city behind me on this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely gonna be looking to start building very, very soon on this project for real.
That's great.
Dope. It's happy to see you, man. Just with life in your eyes, you still look the exact same as you did back when you were doing the old Bone Thugs and Harmony when we was kids, man. Face still fresh, don't look all fucked up from life and how this world can kind of treat us in this game, man. Which I don't want to call it your secret, but how do you sustain that? How do you sustain being fresh? How do you sustain keeping that energy 20 years later?
Man, just by trying to stress less as possible, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't let a lot of things get to me, bro. And I understand what this, you know what I'm saying? I understand what this industry is, and we've had a lovely run. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad of what I didn't get or what I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy with what we've done because it all was a blessing. And I just, you know what I'm saying? I just don't let things bother me, man. I just roll with the punches and play the hand I was dealt, and always even if it's a fucked up hand, I always make it good, for real, always.
Let me ask you this real quick, because you brought it up earlier when we were talking about your imagery. You said Eazy-E did all your artwork. Did you kind of get mad at him, or did you kind of figure that he didn't know what was going on either when he was doing the artwork and you seen all the wild symbols? Was that his doing, or that was the labels doing?
Well, Eazy did our first like the first EP because he passed away like for the second.
Right.
But Eazy knew what he was doing. Eazy knew what he was doing. Eazy was a visionary. He knew what he was doing.
Right.
But he was just playing off of it. You know what I'm saying? He called himself the devil's son-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In his rap. So I guess he was just playing off of that, and the fact that when he heard that we had stuff like Ouija and like what we was talking about, he was like, oh, they right in on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's what he was figuring. And so I guess the label just stayed in that marketing frame what they saw him doing with that. You know what I'm saying? And everything was just dark, and everything was the dark, eerie feel for Bone.
If he was alive today, would that be a conversation you shared with him or had with him about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, oh yeah, we be like, oh yeah, so he was trying to put the devil on us out here. Hey, but he'll laugh though, like, cause that's how we used to talk to him. Like we would joke about it for sure, definitely.
Now, I don't know if you talked about it on the Drink Champs, but did you actually have anything happen with the Ouija board when y'all used it, or was it just some bullshit?
Man, it was one weird thing that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like we was we was over Lazy's house at his mama's house, and me, they was playing the Ouija board, and like they had bunk beds back then, and these bunk beds have never ever failed. I'm talking about niggas wrestle on these bunk beds,
Right.
throw each other off the bunk beds. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to get it in, but like it's crazy. Like what they played the Ouija board on the bottom bunk, and then as soon as they got up, the top of the bed collapsed. Like no lie, and we was like, I didn't go back over their house for like 2 weeks. I'm like, I ain't come back over there no more, man, for real. Seriously.
That's why. What advice, man, would you give to a new artist, coming into the game now that has aspirations of being either a hip hop or R&B, artist?
Man, I would just tell them, man, just like I know, they try to make you sound a certain way, but I would just tell the artist, man, to just like be strong, be determined to be you. Don't let them change you, no matter how long. It might take you a while, but like no matter how much they try to make you sell your soul, as they say, you know what I'm saying? You got to stick to you. They tried to make us change. They wanted to make us do this or do that, and no, we've been consistently Bone for almost 30 years, and we don't need to change, like for real. So just be you, man, and just like just be willing to go left when everybody else is going right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Do not follow the crowd.
Well, I know you're a legendary hip hop artist, but I want to get your thoughts on the state of R&B. We've seen Diddy come out and say R&B is dead. It's causing a lot of debate and things like that. What's your thoughts on the state of R&B, and why do you think it's not the same as it was when it was a beautiful time in R&B?
Well, for one reason, R&B is not the same as it was, and that's true because it's like R&B singers ain't really singing about love. They're trying to rap about the same shit rappers singing about. They singing about the same thing rappers singing about, popping bottles, and just like it ain't the R&B we grew up on for sure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like everybody that's coming out needs help with their singing. They need that auto tune. You know what I'm saying? Like even singers that don't, I don't sing singers that don't even need it, and they be in the studio like, give me some auto tune.
Right.
I'm like, damn, is that just the thing? Everybody just want to sound like a computer these days? Like,
right.
Where's the real voices? The people that can really blow, break a glass, break a glass, champagne glass. You know what I'm saying? Where these people at? And that's R&B right there. Like now they giving us the easy way, which is everything. Everything is microwave now. Everything is microwave, man. We in the microwave generation. Everybody want it now. They want fast results. They're gonna get fast results, and it's gonna give you. You're gonna come and go results. That's what it's gonna be, and that's what we getting.
Right.
Talk about, if you can, man. It seems like, not even really seems like, it has been a lot of deaths in hip hop, and a lot of people getting locked up in hip hop. And I don't think it's going to stop. Every time we think it's getting, cool, somebody else is getting killed, in their hometown. Is this a reflection, in your opinion, of just the message out there, and then these guys actually being street dudes that rap? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, man. Because I had the honor of talking to one of my favorite MCs of all time, who inspired me to, the legendary KRS-One. You know
Wow.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
And he gave me a lot of game. He actually gave me like a whole literature that he produced on hip hop and how it began and
Wow.
what it was meant for, when it was birthed, what the purpose was, and everything. You know what I'm saying? And they've basically taken it and changed it completely in the opposite direction of what the purpose was. Because hip hop was a tool that was meant to inform our people,
Mm-hmm.
keep them informed, and to reach them. But that's how we communicated with them. The powers that be understood that. And they didn't like that because we was reaching them. Hip hop was reaching us. You know what I'm saying? Like we was listening to what they said
Yeah.
very intently. And they started to realize that not only was the black community listening very intently to what they said, but
Mm-hmm.
also the suburban white kids and the Asians and the Mexicans and everybody was starting to tune in, was starting to chime in. And hip hop started to control the masses. They didn't like that. So when it got out of hand, when hip hop got out of hand, okay, if it's gonna control the masses, let's dictate the message that's going out. And that's what they did. They dictated the message. They told people what to sing and rap about, and like made it cool. And that's what everybody is doing, man. Like, and this is like this is like producing. This is making people, like ordinary people, see this lifestyle and see what these people is talking about, which is absolutely nothing. And they think they can be just as ignorant and make it. They don't have to do nothing no more. We ain't got to go to school. We ain't got to get an education no more. This is my life. See, they done narrowed it down for us. We can only be rappers or athletes, and maybe be an actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and now that's all we shoot for. That's all we shoot for now. So that's why so many going to jail. There's so many dying because there's too many trying. And that's in everything we try to do, drugs and everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's keeping it real. They putting us in the box, making us choose. We ain't got that many choices.
Do you feel like they're trying to emasculate black men in hip hop, TV, within the culture? We talk about it often on this platform that it seems as though there's an emasculation being done where they want to take away our power and our strength as much as possible, in particular as black men within the culture. How do you feel about that?
I mean, they like it's been an attack on the man, just period, from just a man being in a household and just, what I'm saying, just everything, man. Like the fall of real men has been happening. They if you like, they condition us like for that. You know what I'm saying? They're making the man seem irrelevant now. You know what I'm saying? Like the man is supposed to be the head of the household, but they're making it seem irrelevant. If you look at these TV shows on like Disney and Nickelodeon, these kids shows, like they portray these kids running the whole household. You never see a parent, and if you do see the parents, the mother is always in agreement with the kids, and the father is played like he don't know what's going on in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's just stupid. Everybody getting over on him, and he don't know what's going on now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy just how they're doing the man's role. Period. Now it's like, even the fashion they putting out for men. I'm like, bro, like when did men start wearing this? Like when did men start carrying bags that look like purses? When did men start wearing choker chains? I ain't never seen a man with no choker chain, man. Like real talk.
Right.
Like I'm seeing niggas with choker chains on. I'm like, my dude, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It ain't my style, but if that's what y'all doing, that's cool. But I've just never seen it, like, for real.
We definitely appreciate you always, keeping it real, man. No fear and just
Yes,
telling it
indeed.
like it is. Definitely.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed, we definitely appreciate you, Krayzie Bone, on the Hip Hop
Yes.
Uncensored Podcast. Before we get up out of here, brother, let the people know where they can find you. Let the people know about your Ukraine event with the legendary Miss Dionne Warwick. One more time, the floor is yours.
Yes, man. Yeah, check us out September 17th, man. in Glendale at the Ukrainian concert, man. Great benefit. Y'all come on out and kick it with the great music, good entertainment. And y'all can find me on Instagram at Krayzie_Bone, Twitter, I am Krayzie Bone, and also look us up on the Bone Thugs and Harmony on Instagram at BTNH Live. BTNH Live. Hit us up for sure.
Indeed, we always appreciate you. Appreciate your transparency, brother, and hope we can do it again real soon. Krayzie Bone on the Hip Hop Uncensored Podcast. Salute, my brother.